کاوش مدیا.
In 2016, Qasem Soleimani designed a very ambitious plan for Syria in the wake of the JCPOA and when it appeared that ISIS is on its way to fall. And that plan, its first part was about establishing what we call the land corridor. Essentially, it's a direct link from Iran through Iraq and Syria to the Mediterranean, but also to Israel's border. And the completing part of this plan was to build a formidable military front facing Israel in Syria itself, much the way as Iran has done in Lebanon with Hezbollah, with over 100,000 rockets aimed at Israel. That was Soleimani's idea. And in concrete terms, that plan spoke, according to Israeli intelligence, spoke about deploying Iranian troops in Syria, deploying planes, drones, building a militia army of up to 100,000 people, mostly Shiite militias from across the region, taking part in the defense industry in Syria, deploying rockets, huge numbers of them, and above all, the so-called precision project, namely turning part of Hezbollah's arsenal of rockets into high-precision ones, which from an Israeli point of view is a huge challenge. We didn't reach a point where Iran decides to leave Syria militarily. The ambitions are still there. And I don't think we're at the point where, Iran just gave up on Syria. Certainly far away from that.
In the beginning, first of all, when everyone talk about the Iranian presence, it's always limited to the military presence of Iran in Syria. It's a threat. It's a major threat for the nearby country. But for Syria, Iran was able to create a totally new power, new problem that affected the whole Syrian structure. Iran, since 2017, Iran was trying to create new methods and tactics that allowed them to infiltrate new fields in Syria, such as the community, such as the business field, social civilian. Iran targeted specific areas these areas that suffered a long time of ISIS presence or siege or whatever, and they have lousy livelihood situations. So what Iran, they are yet not focusing on the quality of their project that they are doing in Syria. They basically focus on the quantity of the project. They focus on how to spread more in new geographical location. For example, in their resort, they don't focus on building like top major hospitals or top major schools. They choose a very small village and they create a very small medical point. This is a new tactic for Iran. It's not something random they are doing. This is a major problem because Iran, by doing that, they were able to infiltrate the society. They were able to plant their seeds way deep. Targeting the military location for the Iranian is always there is always an advantage for that. But how to target Iran while they are building their seeds, planting their seeds within the society itself, while they are doing a new business relationship with new network of businessmen. The known businessmen in Syria are well known to everyone, and they are being targeted by sanction. Every set of new sanction by Caesar Act, it's always targeting like known people. But there is a new network. There is a new network of businessmen that Iran was able to build in the several last years. This is the most difficult thing right now, how to target the local presence for the Iranian. That's why Iran, since 2017, focused on the soft power.
آنچه در مورد ما میگویند